Hi guys, just a quick vid before part 3 comes out. Just to let you know, we're running under the name of Balance Baits now, not Critical Baits, just for sales reasons. But the recipe's still the same, the bait's the same. I'm still going to be touring the UK over the next 8 months, so keep following. And for those who have subscribed already, we're going to be having a competition in a couple of weeks. It's going to be 5 kilo of bait up for grabs, a new hoodie, a new hat. So subscribe now, don't miss out. And we've also got a new website opening in the next 3 weeks. So come and have a look at that and get involved, and it's going to be having some nice little competitions on there for everyone to get involved with. Where are we going, Moo? What? Where are we going, girl? Going back to Bluebell? Yes, yes we are. Right, so back on the way to Bluebell. Just drove past Monk's Pit. Very ironic that I have to drive past my own syndicate to go fish a day ticket water that I could actually fish for free, but instead I can go pay Bluebell's hefty day ticket prices to try and finish my little mini campaign on Swan. Looking forward to getting back down there. Hopefully my peg's free. What I don't want to be doing is dotting around the lake in the few short weeks we got. Especially putting a good bait, you don't want to be spreading a good bait everywhere and the fish are just sort of bouncing around after you. I'm trying to keep it in various few spots to keep them coming back, and as it is a good bait source and the fish are not stupid, they know it's a good bait source. I'll speak to you shortly when I get to Bluebell in about half an hour. Right, I'm here. Finally battled through that Cambridge traffic and got to Bluebell in one piece. As you can see out there, I'm fishing a different part of the lake. My worst nightmare, I got back to the peg and seen a bivvy there. Absolutely devastated. I put a lot of bait in that peg now. Really had things going. I had 4 fish in 2 sessions. Really had things rocking. But there you go, it's day ticket waters, I guess. So I've had to settle for a peg called the Stumps. It's a bit of a long range peg. Well, it's optional, I guess. But I generally like to fish this peg at range. But I've got 17 pound fluorocarbon on the reels, because I've only been fishing close in that other swim, further down in the shallower end. And trying to get long range with 17 pound fluorocarbon that's been on the spools for 7 months is a bit of a nightmare. Usually 3 rods, I'd be 3 casts, bang on the money, bump bump bump, no questions asked. But 5 casts and I still weren't happy with where I was at. So I thought, right, do the rods again, PVA tape them up, get them all set. These are the last 2 casts I'm doing. If I don't make these 2 casts perfect, then I'm going to switch to mono to make sure I get it out there pretty easy. With mono, it's an easy cast, 22 wraps, don't get me wrong. With 17 pound fluorocarbon, it's a nightmare. And my last 2 casts that I promised myself I was just going to get the line off and get my other spools on. And they both went out perfect, can you believe it? Typical, innit? The right hand rod there, you can see down there, that's fished at about 18 wraps. That went out first time, beautiful. I'd be happy to leave that out there for 2 days, as long as I don't get no savage liners from the tension and margin. Then I'd be happy to leave that until I go home. So obviously you can see it's very late, coming up to about 9:15. I've only had the rods in for 45 minutes. Got it really late today, not happy. Next week my main goal is to get here at least 4 hours earlier. Get the rod set and everything, get it all set and get comfortable for this time of night. But in general I'm happy. All 3 rods went out, they are all out perfectly. Don't think you can cast them more perfectly, any of them. I'm pretty like 97% confident in all 3 rods. Perfect. But a Swan, as you guys know, although I've done alright the last couple of weeks, you never know, a blank could settle in, but let's hope not. I'm feeling confident coming off last week with 3 fish in 2 nights. I've got 2 nights ahead of me this week, just 2 nights a week. It's all I can squeeze in at the moment with the 3 kids and all. But yeah, it looks good, I guess. I've seen a few fish roll over, excuse me, I'm just going to go there, right over towards that, in line with that huge big tree, the biggest tree there, towards the corner. Not nowhere near me, good 70 yards away from me, but doesn't matter. They should pull out there as the evening sets in. Most of the bites, I've realised, are coming in between sort of 6:30 in the morning till about 10:30, believe it or not, even if it's sunny. Once that oxygen starts to get up in the morning and that, when the sun gets on the water, they tend to just keep their heads down and keep scoffing. So thinking of it like that, it's not too bad me getting the rods in this time of night, because it is mainly all day bites, early morning bites should I say, but yeah, it was nice. All 3 rods are out. I'm happy. I'm an happy bunny. It's time to kick back and let the fun begin. You can see I've still got to put my stows on. They're not clipped on yet. Just fishing my line sort of semi-slack. I'd probably say about a good 30-40 yards of my line's on the bottom, and then it starts to peel off towards me. There's a big band of weed that runs out about 25 foot in front of me. It's probably about a foot below the surface, so I don't want my line contouring and getting all stuck in that crap. So I'm keeping it pretty tight off the rods, but I did let the line settle down out there before I tightened up. So in my eyes, I got the ideal presentation. The fish should be able to move freely out there without picking up any lines. So that'll be it for tonight. Hopefully I'll see you guys in the morning with a fish. You never know. I don't know. I feel confident. I probably shouldn't do. I don't think this peg's probably done a fish for probably 2.5 weeks now, as far as I know. So we shall see. I'll give you an update in the morning anyway, whether I've caught or not. It's just whether you see me smiling or whether you see me grumpy and miserable. But for now, sleep tight. Can you see that? Nice fresh breeze finally just pushed through in the last sort of 60 seconds or so. It's just give me a glimmer of hope. Mercy, enough. There's Mercy. Little gargoyle. Panting in the sun. She comes with me every week. She's like my best little pal when I come fishing. She's come with me every week since she was hand-fed, since she was a puppy. She's now nearly 3. Come every week, didn't you, Moo? Huh? Huh? Anyway, back to fishing. Stop panting, I'm trying to record, girl. But let me zoom back in out there, look. There we go. As you can see, Mercy, enough. I mean it, enough. Calm down a minute. Go get some water. And then, as quick as the breeze came, it's gone again. We're still catching this part of the water. The deeper end, still catching. So it looked like it was about to start pushing a southwesterly or a southerly. Fingers crossed that really starts to hammer through. This lake generally fishes much better when it's choppier. when it's flat calm on a hot day like this, you're just pretty much pissing in the wind. But well, the rods are stood out from last night. Haven't got any sleep. The tension, I guess it's tension, the margins have just been constant liners, non-stop liners, to the point where I nearly brought the rods in. It was horrendous. But obviously I'd never bring the rods in. I don't think anything could ever make me bring them in. But at times you do think, right, enough's enough. There you go, here's the fresh breeze pushing through again. Let's get a better view. There we go, come on. Come on, girl. Another liner. See my line picking up out the water. Epoxy tench. Go and breed somewhere else. Go up the other end. They seem to follow me around the lake, these things. Although there are some really big ones in here, it really is frustrating. Just swimming over the weed. I said the weed, there's a band of weed that runs in close, about a foot below the surface. They seem to be just rolling up in balls and tangling your line in it and crap. Look at that pouring through now, come on. That's perfect. We need that to get about 6-7 miles an hour stronger. And that'll be perfect. It's 9 o'clock in the morning. I said I'd give you a quick update. I'm not smiling, I'm a bit miserable. No sleep, no fish. Look where I am. Yep, we're still in week 3. But I'm back in the peg I was in last week. So I've done a night in the stumps up there, nothing happened, it didn't feel right. It just, peg doesn't do many bites these days. I think it's more of a passing point rather than a feeding point. And a lad went home here early this afternoon, so I just packed all the gear up and got down this end of the lake. At least I know I've put 2 weeks worth of bait in here, so you know, I'm a little bit more confident. Had all the rods in for about 2 hours now, I'd say. Just put a 4th rod out just near them reeds, just down there. Just for the morning. They get there sort of early thing, sort of about 8 to 9 o'clock. They don't hang around for long. So it's a bit of a short period rod, but it's better than casting on the head in the morning. Get the trap set now. Out on the 2 left hand rods, which are out that way slightly. I've got 2 rods on that spot, as you know, from the previous weeks. They went out first time, which was pretty nice. Perfect. I just topped out with about 5 spods of special stuff that I ain't really used on this lake. I thought I'd try it this time of night just to see if it can draw the fish in. I don't think there's any fish there at the minute. So I just thought, you know, last night, try and make something happen. Obviously the first night, it's horrible spreading. If you're on a lake for 2 nights, it's horrible bouncing from peg to peg for a night in each. Especially when I put a lot of bait up there in the stumps, but as soon as this peg become free, I thought, yeah, game on. The fish are definitely going to be here. I've worked out their little cycle now. They're usually here from about 7:30 in the morning to about 12:30, latest 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And then they decide to just disappear up the other end of the lake. It's like clockwork. Well, I've worked it out anyway. That's my theory, but we shall see. I didn't have as much bait left as I'd liked. I'd have liked to put a bit more in on the double spot, but I couldn't, so I had to sort of stretch it out a bit. But I did put a lot of bait in on that double spot last week. It done me a couple of fish, so that lovely 31.5 come off that, or 31.6, what it was. Stunning fish, absolute stunning fish. Hopefully I'll get one to show you for the morning. Night night. Right, after no prevail on the bottom, it's got really warm. Got a few hours left. After about 3 or 4 hours trying to get them going on floaters, I have 1 or 2 fish going finally. It's going to be tricky to even get a bait in amongst them because they're not competing, they're not really scoffing, they're just picking here and there. But I'm going to try and make the best of a bad situation because that's all I've got to go with. And I'm going to have a go for them both. Can't see any of them slipping up, but you never know. Presentation's right. One of them could snatch at it, I guess. We'll have to wait and see. Right, don't know whether you guys got all of that. Tried to get as much in the picture as I could, but after 2 attempts, which I tried to record and failed miserably, I managed to get 1 fish that was taken. There's just 1 fish, no competing, no nothing. A big long common, spawned out common, probably be about mid-30 before spawning out. Looks to be upper 20, maybe low 30. I'm over the moon. I can't believe I just had 1 fish feeding and caught it. Twice mistakes. 2 mistakes with it where it sort of smelt at it and nudged at it a couple of times. 3rd time, bang on camera, nailed. I just hope you got it perfectly. Right, I'm going to get the fish sorted out now and get all my bits sorted out and get ready for some pictures and a bit of recording. Sweet. Right. Have a little chat with you now. Everything's all sorted, the bucket's full up, scales are here, mats here. So basically it's really hot. It's also blowing 18 to 22 mile an hour winds, and so it's made bites on the bottom near impossible, and also floater fishing's been near impossible. But there was a 15-minute window of opportunity where I managed to find 1 fish feeding on a few floaters I put out about half an hour ago, and the wind just dipped down just long enough for me to present a bait on it 3 times in fact. and I managed to nail it. One fish feed in, one bait, nailed. It's a very nice common as well. It's spawned out, heavily spawned out, but that's why I'm here, because they've spawned already. So I'm absolutely buzzing. Probably got about 4 hours of the session left before I go home. I'm only doing 2 nights. I've done 1 night in this peg, 1 night in the stumps. So it looks like my move paid off. So I've got a lovely common to show you. I'm going to get her out and weigh her and have a look at her now. Well, I'm sure this fish would have gone well over the 30-pound barrier had it not spawned out, but it has. But I'm still not complaining. Still can't believe I managed to nail it. 1 fish feeding, awesome. Right, scales are zeroed to my sling, and the pole that's rusted onto my sling now. 2 seconds while I just give her a nice weight. 26 pound on the nose. More than happy. Yes. Yes. Absolutely awesome sight. That's brilliant. Can't believe it. 26 pound common. That's great news. It really is great news. So that's 3 sessions and no blanks so far, so good. You have to keep following me in part 4. Who knows what'll happen, eh? Who knows what'll happen. I'm not letting any of these pictures out either, so you're going to see it as it comes. It's going to be a surprise to everyone what I'm catching and what I ain't catching. Nice fish. Very nice dark fish. Lovely. Look at that. Oh God. What a beauty. And a leech off her nose. Get off. I'll suck somebody else's blood. What a nice fish. Got another leech on it actually. Get off. Come on baby. You're going to be good for me. Oh, this fish is so black. Let's hoist her up here. Yes! Oh, awesome. Long and lean, but who cares? What a stunning fish. Put up an epic battle as well. Look how long the fish is. They've definitely gone over the 30-pound barrier had it not heavily spawned. Absolute beautiful. Mwah. Absolutely stunning. I'll give you a quick look at her on the other side. Clean as a whistle on this side also. Let's have a quick butcher at you baby and we'll slip you straight back. Oh, she's flexing a piece. And there you go. What a stunner. Epic. Week 3, fish number 5. Lovely job. Calm down baby. Right, I'm going to slip her back and hopefully there's time for another one, who knows. The opportunity arises and I'm sure I can get one. I'm going to slip her back.